Okay, with Fabio Colonna, with Ko Malcriada from the Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival. You're in Mexico, right?
Yes, in Mexico City.
And this is a music video, dystopian music video. I love it. It's fantastic. And tell me, like, who's the band?
Yeah, well, thank you first of all, Matthew, for all this for this moment, for this opportunity to talk to you and with the audience. And I'm very glad that you like Malqueo Malcriada. It was it's kind of like we call it cinema music, that it's a combination between a music video and a short film.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of examples of those kind of videos, like Thriller with Michael Jackson and John Landis. And yeah, this band Malcriada, they are also from Mexico City. It's a very new band, and the guys are breaking it. They are very talented. They have a very unique sound. So when they first approached to me to say if I wanted to direct for them a music video, I was like totally in. I really like their music, but I think we put how do you say, we take it to the next level. They didn't expect from us to make this whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it was a very cool sci-fi, a very cool cyberpunk we did here in Mexico City. And we are very glad. The team was amazing. The crew, the cast, everybody put their hearts on. It was a very personal project. It was not for work. It was not for money. It was just for the passion of doing it.
it's a fantastic production design. It's a whole kind of, like I said, cinematic experience. What is the process to make this film? Okay, so you got the song, I guess. You're picking a song from the band. And then what is the next step? You're gonna write a script, you're gonna work with the band. Like what take us through the process of kind of creating this unique world with this awesome costume design, production design, everything, like putting it
Yeah,
all together.
no, it was a very difficult thing because we did everything in 3 months. Like starting from the pre-production to the delivery of the project, it was 3 months. So it was very and with no money. It was super low budget. A good thing about here in Mexico is that like if you have the right friends, they will do everything. They will put their heart on. For example, the production design and the wardrobes were made by Alik Siranosian and Fabrizio Obregon, and they were totally in. They put a lot of effort. Everything was kind of like trash and a lot of like things from the garbage, literally. But yeah, they put everything. They put every time, every second of their time. They put everything on that. And the process was kind of funny because when the band approached to me and they told me, I want to listen to this song, we want to release it, and we want you to make a music video, I was like, okay, it sounds cool. And the song reminds me a lot of cyberpunk. And in that time, I was very obsessed with cyberpunk, with the lore of the game board, the video games, the
Yeah.
Netflix anime. So I was like very obsessed. So as soon as I hear the song, I was like, okay, this is a cyberpunk, and we will make it in the same universe, but here in Mexico. And we just put the work. I put everything, all the ideas in a pitch deck. I present the idea to the band, and they were like, "Yeah, that sounds cool. That's fantastic." And I was like, "Okay, you're sure you want this?" And they told me, "Yeah, can you do that?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." I didn't expect, right? Because as always, as all the filmmakers, we always start with an idea, and
Yeah.
we never know how big is going to be the idea or how that idea will put us in the limit. But yeah, I mean, it was very cool, and little by little the project started to grow a lot, and we were very glad and very fortunate to have the team we have, because if it wasn't for the crew, it was impossible to make KO.
What was it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, like what about the like in terms of like designing everything? Like that must have taken a long time. Like
yeah,
designing all these little props and like in the background and everything.
yeah. We went to a lot of markets, like where they sell trash or parts from cars and everything. But yeah, I mean, it was once again, it was the vision of Cyberpunk to do that, but it was Alik and Fabrizio's vision to put everything together in a matter of like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was very amazing. It was very surprising. Of course, the how to say the effort. It was super tired. A leak almost collapsed. Well, a lot of the crew almost collapsed because also we shoot everything in 2 days, so it was like super intense. But yeah, I mean, it was very a good thing about the cyberpunk aesthetic is that it's like very messy because there's a lot of course we know there's a lot of aesthetics in sci-fi. There's the clean aesthetic, the futuristic, the retro, and the
Yeah.
cyberpunk is very particular because it's supposed to be messy. And in Mexico, for example, we have a lot of trouble with sci-fi because there has been a lot of sci-fi movies, but people doesn't buy the how to say doesn't buy the image, doesn't buy the idea of watching a Mexico because Mexico is it's Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
So a very clean, futuristic, perfect, with no corruption sci-fi in Mexico it doesn't fit. It doesn't look good. But in cyberpunk,
That's
yes.
interesting. That's so interesting. So it's like the culture doesn't like the culture, the current culture doesn't like want to go into a fantasy world, doesn't want to go into like a world like kind of like you made, right? Like and you're saying that's sort of the Mexican culture that doesn't like quote unquote sci-fi. They want more dramatic and realistic movies.
No, they like sci-fi. They don't like the clean sci-fi or the perfect super amazing sci-fi because in Mexico is that people doesn't buy that. It's like
So
that's
they
not
want more
Mexico.
dystopian and like sad and like the world sucks sci-fi.
And yeah, and chaotic, and that's why a cyberpunk is perfect for Mexico because it's messy. It's a lot with corruption. It's a lot of things. You know, it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
So that's why it works so good because everything in KO was trash. Literally was trash. But in that lore, people we have screening KO here in Mexico. It has had a very good reception of the audience because they buy that. It's that oh yeah that's Mexico in
Gotcha.
the future. But yeah, it was very funny. And also we mix a lot of the Japanese culture. So and Mexico and Japan has
Yeah,
a
there's
lot of things
definitely
in common.
Eastern philosophy or Eastern kind of motif in in this video for sure, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was very cool.
and a lot of green, right? Like a lot of green. Is that was that done on purpose?
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of green. It was a lot of the proposal of the cinematographer. That's his name is Che Quiñones. The idea of Che was to make it very saturated, and I love it. It was like a very good idea. So every color is like pushed to the limit because it's kind of these neon lights, this
Yeah,
yeah, and it's from the lore of the aesthetic of the cyberpunk. But yeah, a lot of greens.
and the fee is the so the lead is the female. Like she's got some good screen presence.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the singer.
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's very talented, and she sings very good. Her name is Mathilde Sobrino, and she's she's the front woman of the band, and she did it amazing. Even though she's not an actress, she's a musician, but the compatibility was so good, and she knew what to do. She knew the looks because they are influencers here in Mexico. They promote their music throughout TikTok and throughout the creation of content.
Yeah,
So they knew the camera. They knew how to look. They knew they have been practicing a lot of that. So of course this was different because it was a very huge production, even though it was very indie. But we have very good cameras and everything. And the guys Matilde and David Rosales, they did an amazing job. I was very proud of them because it wasn't even though they were not actors. It was I didn't have any struggle with them directing them. It was like very precise, and they did what they have to do.
yeah, they were great. And so then you had some other extra cast members too, right, in the film?
Yeah, yeah, like the Yakuza Mexa, this big guy with the red bread. Bird. It's he's well Dan. His name is Daniel Madrid. He's not an actor. He's we have been working with Danny for the last 10 years. He's always making the behind the scenes and still photography of every production we did. But when I was writing the screenplay, I knew that we need to have this big guy that looks kind of Asian but Mexican,
Yeah.
and the first person I pictured to the role was Danny Madrid, and I was Danny. I wrote you a screenplay, a character. Do you want to play it? And he was like, yeah. No, it was very funny, but yeah, it was his first role in his career, and it was very, very amazing. He did it. He nailed it so good.
And then tell me about the beginning, like kind of setup. I guess was it like AI you used, or like kind of doing the like the look of the film, like the future, kind of the
No,
buildings and everything.
yeah, that looks. It was all created in Real Engine
Yeah.
by Hugo Payen. Hugo Payen is another partner I have here in Mexico. He has a production house of VFX that's called Apix Films, and it was all created by him. Actually, that city it was not created for this particular project. He has that city, that render of the city for a personal thing. He didn't. He have never published it or show it. It was a personal thing of him. And when I approached to him, I told him, Hugo, can you put your city? You don't have to create anything, but if you can put your city and just to make the arrangement of the lighting and everything would be very cool. And he said, yeah, with no problem. So he did. He put that city, but yeah, it was not AI. It was a real engine.
Cool. All right. So okay. So the religion. So basically, yeah, to kind of like kind of bookend the video itself, and then where did you shoot it? Where did you kind of how did you were able to set up all the production design and stuff?
Yeah, well, it was main shot in my office here in Mexico. For example, the office of the Yakuza, the computer scene when the Yakuza is like typing and waking up the cyborgs. Also, the scene of the cyborg when he's like waking up in this green set,
Yeah.
and the final and the ending. Also, when they are running, that's in the they say in the parking lot of our office. And the other two locations we have, it was a how to say a club that it was from the brother of the producer. That it's a very nice club. That it was like super fancy and all the stuff. And they allowed us to shoot when they are entering. Right, the beginning is in that club, and then the bar when they are singing and doing the concert, it was made in, and that was the most difficult location to find because I was looking for cyberpunk locations in Mexico, and there's no place but only one that it's near downtown. It's called Desposeídos, and it was so amazing to find that place because the owner is this guy that's called Chuck, and Chuck is a guy that loves sci-fi, but like hugely loves sci-fi, and he has other business, but he wanted to do this bar, Desposeídos, just to make an
Yeah.
how to say a reference, an homage to the sci-fi culture, to the cyberpunk culture. So when I found this place, it was like, oh my god, this is so perfect. And I went to the bar, I talked to Chuck, the owner, and he was like, whatever you need, I'm totally in. I'm not gonna charge you any money. I want this project to be done here, and I want this. And I was like, nice. It was almost like a miracle, and that's
Yeah.
the magic about filmmaking, the miracles that happen because of a movie.
Yeah. You just you get it out there, and then like and then it just happens, right? Like that's kind of amazing. Yeah. Really, like I said, I get you don't have to say the budget, but I it says it on Film Freeway. It's like what you guys accomplish is spectacular, right? So
Yeah, it
I
was
really think
for
it is fantastic.
I think it was $4,000 the budget.
Yeah, that's like so people could see this film. What's the goal here? You put it on YouTube. You're gonna get it, make it go, try to get it go viral, or what's the ultimate goal of this video?
Well, the goal actually was kind of like just doing it because of the band and
Yeah,
to promote the work in film festivals because thank God it has had a very good reception in film festivals. But yeah, I mean, I think after this we're gonna release it, put it in YouTube, just to show to the people. There's no other intentions. We hope that we can continue with the story. Of course, there's no way we can do it to put a second version with that amount of money because everybody do it for free,
yeah.
and people do for free once, not twice, right? So we hope we can have a continuity and to continue this story. And yeah, we are very glad, very happy to show it and to share it with the people and with the audience.
So you so the on your website it's Reserva Films. Is that you work for them or you are them? Like what's the connection?
Yeah, Reserva Films is my production company. We have been working on Reserva. We put it together 12 years ago, and it's we do a lot of horror movies, genre
Yeah.
movies, and dark dramas also. Um, but it's a very passion project. It has been growing a lot in the last years, and also we have had the opportunity to create a community, a lot of artists that want to work with us and support each other. At the end, the future of filmmaking is independent, and how to put an independent movie is about the teamwork. It's about working with friends, working with people that knows the well the project, how is the nature of the project. And if you have a great team, you have it all.
So how many people are part of this company besides yourself?
Well, in the how to say in the main courses, it's Regina, Aranza, and me. But we have a lot of audiences, and the whole crew of Reserva is huge. It's more than more than 50 persons that
Oh
are
wow.
continue. Yeah, that's the only way you can do it here in Mexico.
Well,
That's the
no,
way.
it's really impressive because you guys have made a lot of films. You directed a lot. You've directed a lot of films in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I don't have a exact number, but I have been had the opportunity to do a lot of directing, also a lot of producing. We had the opportunity also to work in the VHS 85 movie that was released 2 years ago. We did a project that's called God of Death, directed by Gigi Saul Guerrero. It was
Mhm.
very cool. Also, we have been doing co-productions. I love producing. I love directing. I love writing. I love editing. I think I'm just in love of making films, and I love cinema. And
So
I'm very glad.
what's next for you? I'm assuming you want to do a feature, right? Like your own. I know you're doing co-productions, but you want to direct your own feature.
Yeah, right now actually we are in post-production of our first feature film. It's
Oh, there
about
we
can.
go. So you're already done. You're already shooting it. You're in editing right now.
Yeah, we're in editing. We will do some reshoots in September with the actors for the mainly for the first act. But it's a very intense movie. I love it. It's called Me Gusta Más Crudo. It's a co-direction I did with a friend of mine that's called Luis Quijano. He's from Mérida, Yucatan, in Mexico, but he lives in LA. And and Luis and I we put this movie. It's extremism. It's not gore. It's extremism. It's about cannibalism, and it's like super violent. It's super cruel, and it's also super indie, like very indie movie with the same team that did KO. But yeah, we're it's step by step, living day by day, and not to rush things, not to get desperate. Just continue with the process and continue doing the things we have to do. Sometimes you have expectations, you have
Sure.
illusions, but sometimes life doesn't take you that way. At the end, it's just doing what you have to do and living in the present.
So how do you do that? What's the secret to doing that? Because these are said and done, right?
Well, I work that every day, but I think it's I have had so many disillusions that at the end I just learned that that's the way, just to do things, to believe in your guts, in your instincts, and just to continue going, no matter how hard the life can put you down. It's continue doing it, continue every day, even though you don't feel good, but it's part of. Yeah,
Diligence, I guess, right?
I don't know if it's intelligence or stupidity, but but I think or maybe the two of them. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's diligence. It's that's what. So you're like, but you're doing like I said, you should be proud of everything that you've done in this film. This film is a film that could easily go viral if you like put it on YouTube, and it has the music's great and the visuals are great. It could really kind of gets gain a lot of attention if that's what you're interested in.
Thank you so much, Matthew.
No, I'm
Thank you
serious.
so much.
It's like I don't know what the game plan is. So, but you're setting the festivals now. I'm assuming it's getting into other festivals because it's good. It's like is that true or like is it getting in other festivals?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we have been having a very good reception in film festivals. We have won some awards of best sci-fi or best music video,
Yeah,
and right now we have been put it in like 10 festivals, and we're very happy. At the end it's about to show the work, even though we cannot be sometimes present during the screening of the festival.
yeah,
But it's just showing it, and people will watch it. Some people will like it, some people won't. But it's just the baby's there, right? It's walking by itself. We are taking the last, how they say, the last, taking care of the last thing. But the baby's already there and it's growing quite a lot. And let's see what happens. Maybe it doesn't happen anything. Maybe we can do a continuity. I would love to do the continuity. But at the end, if that doesn't happen, I'm very happy and very glad. I'm very thankful that it's there and that the movie is there and it has been having a good reception for the audience.
yeah. So how did you like directing a feature film? Like how was that experience for you? Kind of compared to doing something like this where it's like 1 day, 2 days, you kind of get in there, you work your butt off, and then you kind of get out. How is
Yeah.
the grind of kind of telling a story, a narrative story for like that could be up to 2 hours.
Yeah, well, it was very funny because at the beginning, the intention was to do a short film, but it ended up like a 70-minute
Oh,
movie.
so that wasn't the intention.
Yeah, because yeah, the intention was to put it everything in 15 minutes, but because of the nature of the story, and it's kind of like a survival horror, so we see a lot of the struggling of the victims running away from these cannibals because they kidnapped them and put it in a ranch, and they are torturing them, mutilating them. So it's a lot of struggle, a lot of physicality. So we didn't want to rush the actors. We didn't want only to approach to the mark and then to continue to the next mark. We wanted to them to build up the tension, and that takes time. For example, the screenplay was 9 pages only, but for example, a scene of like half page, it was like a 5 minute scene, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was kind of like it was very crazy. We shot that last year in April, 1 year ago, and it has been it has been very funny because at the end we still haven't finished it. We have like the 90% of the movie, but we still have some things of the first act that we want to shoot, new scenes to build up to make it bigger, to make it more
Yeah.
grounded, yeah, more concise. So it has been very hard because also having a movie that it has been 1 year in post production and probably will be 1 year more. It's kind of like difficult because it's like this necessity to scream, but you can. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of patience, I guess. It's a lot of struggle. We shoot it in 8 days, so it was like kind of KO, but in 8 days more, 6 days more. And I think it was very traumatic, not only for me or the co-director, it was traumatic for everybody because it was pushing everything to the limit and to make a very violent movie with a lot of prosthetics, a lot of dummies, a lot of fake corpses. So yeah, it was it was good because we have a feature film, but it was traumatic and it was awful and it was very like I lose a partner in that process. I lose Regina. Regina was like, "I'm done with you. I'm done with the company. I'm out of this movie." So
Yeah.
yeah, the price it was a high price to pay, but
Well,
still here we are.
let's hope it turns out great. I love to see it, and that's making independent features, man. It's like that happens all the time. Relationships, a lot of high emotions come and go, and but you stayed with it, and now you're making it. So, hey, man, like I said, great film. I appreciate your time. It looks like a lot of things are going great in Mexico. You're the second person I talked to in Mexico today. The first person
Oh,
actually in Mexico City at a film festival, and
Oh,
they're
nice.
Canadian. Yeah, so basically they're loving the city, and except for the traffic, but other than that, they're loving the city. So it's great to see the Mexico connection. So let's talk
It's
again
amazing.
soon. I'd love to see your film, and let's talk again soon when you make your next film.
Nice, Matthew. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the opportunity. You're a very nice person, and I really enjoy this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.